Okay, I'm good.
Okay. 3.
So this is Zelda Link to the Past. Low percent when hit KO.
And it's exactly as Joe just said. Like, you take one hit and you're dead. No matter what it is. And low percent means that only get the items required to beat. No extra items, no safeties, no bullshit. No phone call.
So the main difference between low percent and normal no major glitches run is the difference of the tempered sword and the master sword, which makes the second half of the game significantly harder. Then when you add rules of one hit knockout, it just like really amplifies that difficulty. There's plenty of people that have spent hours trying to get through Ganon's Tower. But you're gonna see this guy make it look pissy, and I'll be really jealous of it.
So far, so good. I mean, escape is the first kind of dungeon of the game, but it's also one of the hardest because, especially in the part in the sewers where it's dark and the rats are coming from everywhere. That was the first different strat in MG compared to low percent. In MG, you poke the guard and you spin him on right wall. In this category, you poke the door twice or like 3 times, double spin him. Skip the boomerang.
And skipping the boomerang is going to make a couple of screens throughout the game a lot more difficult. For example, the circle of pots in Agham's Tower becomes significantly more difficult without the boomerang.
The first difference of not having the boomerang is the mini Armos on your with the Eastern, or maybe the Keyrat. And after that, there's a small key under a pot in Eastern that normally you'd grab the boomerang, but since you don't have it, you have to on the key. Then Hera, which is Aghanim's Tower, Circle of Pot room. And I think maybe Ganon's Tower, but I don't.
All I know is that Ganon's Tower just becomes a shit fest once you add one hit knockout rules on it. And then put low percent on top of that.
And you've probably guessed that in this category it's useless to pick up hearts. And if you manage to pull out a no damage run, that means that you'll spend the rest of the run, like since you, from the point you get the Master Sword to the end of the run, you will have Sword Beam because you never take damage. That can be a problem, especially in Gauntlet, Ganon's Tower, and a few other places. Alright, moment of truth. Die or not.
Buddy?
Got my notebook all ready for this one, yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay.
I feel like these are probably some of the worst rooms in the entire
Yeah,
level.
they are. Well, that was a really slow escape, but I didn't die, so I don't care. In this category, you don't care about your time, just care about not dying.
Yeah, that's
I mean-
what it's all about.
608, 609, it's not that bad, really. Still not that bad.
Yeah, that used to be my normal escape time some years ago. Those were good times. Back when I used SDA time.
Hey, another thing, you cannot use saving code in this category. I'm gonna walk. I mean, technically the Sanctuary Heart is banned, but even if you get it, it's pointless. I'm gonna go this way. What are you doing? Oh my god, this Octra. You know what, I'm just gonna kill that guard. I don't feel like trying to skip it.
Zelda had one.
Oh, what's up,
Yeah.
of RPG?
I don't know, there's a Banjo Kazooie run going on after this. I guess it's going solo because somebody decided they didn't want to race because they didn't want to lose their, race in the marathon to someone like me and get their ass spanked and look like shit in Banjo Kazooie and have a really
I mean, I didn't even bring the game, so it's been kind of hard to read. Could have went under, but you know. Oh my god. That was a bad room. And two empty fairies at the top.
Oh yeah.
Just we're gonna wait. Where are you going? Where are you going? Okay. Go. I see how it is. Alright, this next room can be dangerous. Okay.
But 20 arrows.
Okay. Okay. $11.30 is my guess. 35, yeah, okay. You can get sub 11 in this category, like 11.55, like 10.55, 10.54, but that's fine. Not sure if you can hear the mashing, but oh, alright. Oh. Wind speed. Woohoo! Okay. Go around that guy. Okay, you're right there, but okay. Yeah, it would be wise to switch to the book. The open desert? Can't really open desert with the bow. I've tried, doesn't it?
So fortunately, Desert Palace isn't too bad under one-hit KO rules. There's maybe only a few screens that could possibly be a bit trolly, but Landmall's boss fight is, if it's not one of the hardest, it's still pretty difficult to get through first try without them.
Yeah, at least you can use 2 bombs here.
Dropping the bombs.
Dropping the bombs.
Like the cannonball route he just went through there to get the big key. Could be a little trolly depending on the time you get in there and what cannonball pattern you get. There's one that's like kind of odd. It could be hard to react to. Yo, Adam Vivitron rolling.
Grab this one. Right there. What that was. Alright.
RPG, it's Adam.
Holy crap, okay. That could have been so good, but... Oh, that was still really good. Okay. That's surprisingly.
Damn, really, it's funny.
First cycle was...
Playing on my mind.
Playing on my mind.
So this segment to Hera is really...
Yeah, there's a lot of things in this overworld that can easily screw you over. The Sky Cabbages and Death Mountain as the biggest example.
Make sure to eat your veggies, kids, so Hera doesn't have feet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this grab. Oh no! No! What did I do? Okay. Okay, let's do this. Accuracy. And that's why you don't pick up bushes. Okay, outside of this cave, it's the only place you can die in the entire run, and it's not in your control, so... I mean, even if you die, if you drop the old man to his cave, and then you die after, it's not too bad. but if you die before dropping the ult, you respawn in the cave before you meet him. Gotta mash through the text. Ace. You don't pick up that hard piece or else not low person. And here you can just chill for 30 seconds and drink some water.
So while we are chilling temporarily, this is unfortunately the final day of Rolling Deep Marathon 2. Right now we got Xelna doing low percent, 1-hit KO, some of the past. Then after this we're gonna have a pretty raw and rugged 100% Banjo Kazooie run from the Darky Godfather. Then he'll be doing a 50% bulletproof run as well. And then Floyd will come in for some Mega Man X, followed by the Blunt Bunny block with some Road Rash, some DKC 1 and 3, and ending the night with some good old Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Three of the last 4 games are races also, and I'm pretty hyped to use my 3-way race layout finally.
So here you cannot do the bomb jump real. Gotta go to the upper floor and drop down to this pit. And it's really easy to forget the move bro in this category, and if you do, you're lagging him and then you're a bunny, you gotta go to Hera all over again.
And good old Torch, another boss in the game that can control you very badly, especially put yourself under 1-hit KO rule set. It's very easy to get hit by this boss, so it's no pushover to get through it, taking no damage. However, Zelda always knows what he's doing, so this makes it look this easy. So almost through Light World and the run is deathless.
Yeah, so-
That's some typical Zelda shit right there. Not playing the game for a while, I'm still just busting out a sick run, so that's what's up. I'm not even sure anyone besides Xelna, Crystal, or Jaden has even done a hitless Light World period. So to just be able to bust that out is pretty crazy.
So the upcoming dungeon, however, is pretty difficult. Not difficult at all in the normal. Hard on your ass cheek.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember if Rupee Tree. You can actually die by walking into the barrier. Wat dinde? Okay, this room's pretty. Room's also pretty tight. This is bad. I might die here. Okay, he's dead. What's going on? Okay. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. I've never done that before. Oh, that was a little bit. Just running around the room. And get 0 at least. You won.
Yeah, the last one-hit KO run I actually did. I got 2 cycle ammo and then 0 blue balls. And yeah, that was pretty salty.
The blue ball's fine. Yeah, this is where it starts getting.
Yes, still a nice casual Deathless Light world from Xelna over here.
Yeah, this is a Deathless. Very easy.
Even just deaths in like the single digits is still really impressive.
Got to switch to mirror. Okay. You really don't want to mirror while Kiki's walking to which mirror. So gotta pay him again. Wasteland. And in the J1.0 version, you can take damage while you're falling by that turret. Don't want to do it. And of course, there's no arrow jump. Kill yourself again. So we're gonna go up the basement, get a bunch of root. Then we're gonna get. I think 200 maybe? That's the. dash there. Would have died. They're all dead.
Nice.
Nice. Now here, since we have full health, we can just walk to the statue instead of grabbing the hard pot. Now Hellsour's pretty tough. Phase 1's alright, but second phase can do all of his 3 attacks. Man.
Yeah. Especially if he charges downward as well.
Yeah. The reason you flew Dasher is because after the cutscene, if you did it successfully, you'll dash first frame out, so it says like in reaction. Not much, and especially in this room. You can pull the statue there and coil into the ghost.
Yeah.
If you pull it on its farthest left pixel, you get like less of a.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it, but you know what I'm saying. But you get less of that distance. But if it's any farther than that, then you get pushed back quite a bit more, and yeah, you have a good chance of getting smacked in the face. And Dark World, Overworld is probably the last place you want to die in one hit KO, or I mean, just in general. I mean that in Gavin's Tower, just because of how long it takes to get back to some areas.
Here. He's stuck in the middle. What? Die?
Yeah, and like you're seeing, Thieves Town is full of enemies that just have random movements, so most of this dungeon is just pure reaction to just not taking any damage. There isn't many of the normal strategies that you use in a normal run where you always get by damageless, so a lot of these rooms have to be improv. Fortunately, unlike most of the other bosses so far, Blind is pretty simple to get by damage with.
I wonder if the... No, okay. Might as well kill everything here.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Ugh. Well, let's hope no that here, because that was fine for the boss. The reason I pause buffer at the mirror there is because sometimes that specific spot he shoots fireball. So if he had shot his fireball more up towards the corner of the room, then I would have tried to avoid it. I think the hardest boss fight in this category is Moth, because if you slash him into the spikes, it cancels your damage and rewrites it with 0, and the fight just takes forever. And there's a lot of shit to look out for. There's spikes, the move floor, there's Moth. His or her attacks. And yeah, you don't, I mean, you have to skip Tempered Sword. For that extra 10 rupees, you don't have to get it, you have plenty. This fucking room. Woo! Okay. Okay. The reason I pause buffer there is because you can get a bush guard. You get a bush guard and you fall in the pit, you can take damage while falling. That's great.
Hell yeah. Oh, well, there was a full magic pod there.
Moment of truth. Wow, dude. Okay.
Damn, man.
Can't even do that in normal attempts, like deathless run up the wall. Although this run's pretty slow, but that's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, but it's got 0 deaths, which is yeah. The one-hit knockout mechanics are actually programmed into the game. It's not a... We don't just like make it like a slap on the wrist and just like take a death whip or something. If you get hit by anything, the game registers it, you know, as one-hit knockout, so... Other than that, there's no differences at all compared to the vanilla ROM.
I see. Okay, let's jump in the water.
Go first, man.
That's the... Alright, gotta be careful here because the Octorock. Through the statues. Or through these things. And yes, you can die by touching water ball. This. Okay, here's this.
Hey. So Swamp House, very similar to Thieves Town, just has a lot of enemies all over the place that want to do whatever you want, and really just the one-hit knockout strats here is just pure reaction timing to not getting hit by anything. The boss of this dungeon normally isn't too bad either, however, since we have only the Master Sword, the Argus Puffs take an extra slash to kill, which makes the whole fight quite a bit more difficult here. And after Swamp House, we are still damageless. Very nice.
A cave or not cave?
I'd say, in the honor of Caveman Percent, we do it. What do you think about that, everything?
In the honor of Evo not getting a single run in this marathon because our blue didn't submit.
Yeah.
Also, it's kind of funny to have like the Bomberman layout, and there's only one Bomberman game. That happened with that RPG.
Oh, we made it to Ether, no damage. Without using the dedicated. Next room, there's a dangerous slug. Got lucky. What got to you? Okay.
Atreus is probably one of the hardest fights to do damage listening.
That was to be expected.
You surviving the fight.
Really?
What the
Why are you surprised?
Yeah, Rufy knows that's him.
What's wrong
You're
with
not
you?
supposed to die.
Oh shit then. Reset. Go again. Let's
Always goes better the second time around.
Yeah.
That's this game in a nutshell.
palace. You don't have to get Ice Wrath for Ice Palace, but magic. Used on. It. No. Why? Extra. Really well.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it's still well under 2 hours left. Because it's you can easily get 3 hours, 4 hours if you find.
Yeah!
Hello, RPG.
Hi, Zelda! Oh! How's it going? How many milkshakes have you had today, man? Fine.
What'd you just say?
Wants to know how many milkshakes you've had today.
Was it
0,
vanilla?
but
Was
you
it
can have
vanilla?
one later.
Was it strawberry? Was it apple?
You're gonna have me craving chocolate milkshakes if you keep talking about it.
Hey, you're up. You're Get out of here.
So yeah, really great run so far. Only one death at Detrius, which is one of the hardest bosses to get by without getting hit at all. So pretty spectacular performance thus far.
Immaculate run.
Yeah, what's with runs that start the day and being really good?
Well, you know, the testosterone is maximized in the AM.
Whoa, the testosterone flying around. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't need the hammer here. God damn it.
Unfortunately, these last two dungeons are arguably the most difficult. Exactly. That's pretty much how people feel when they're trying to do this damageless, let alone low percent.
We're past one of the worst room in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, stop there, Zelda. Half it up.
So, who are you impersonating?
Well, I'm just translating, Zelda. Definitely very solid performance here.
You're talking like a snake. Snake's not really talking, dude.
Who's he impersonating, actually?
A snake.
Oh,
If a snake could speak English, apparently. Sergeant kills Rollin. So anyone just tuning in, this is a low percent one-hit KO run of Zelda Link to the Past. What that means is normally we would upgrade our sword to at least tempered. However, with low percent rules, we don't do that. We also skip some minor things like the boomerang and sanctuary part. However, doing that makes the second half of the game significantly more difficult. And Xelna's knocking it out of the ballpark with this run. Only one death so far to Trias, which is one of the hardest boss fights to do Gamecube. And
Yeah, I tried to do the cool laser skip, but not really cool.
yeah.
That was the randomizer strat that I use in my randomizer playing smoke alarms here with Josh.
Oh, okay.
And we fucking tried it again and got it. Like, fuck. That's some top tier confidence.
You know what? Let's just run. Walk away. Don't try to dash and defend.
With the first phase of that fight, you saw him use a variation of the hammer and the sword. The hammer does, if I remember right, double the damage of the Master Sword, which is the equivalent of a Tempered Sword slash. So you're pretty much better off using that and then the Master Sword variation on the second one.
Now, the first time people do low percent, doesn't matter if it's no damage or just regular low percent, they forget that you cannot dash into the Lionel, so they just die or take 4 hearts of damage.
Wasn't it like a video from Chris from a really long time ago where he's dashing on the bridge and then he realizes it, but like the Lionel behind him starts shooting at him and the one in front of him is shooting at him and he's just like stuck in the middle. Fucking Chris, dude, he has some classic videos from back in the day.
What's so funny? Okay.
That's what Blunt said in Discord.
All the serious monkey business here.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah, I was about to get into that. But
Question
do you want
from
to
the
read it
chat.
off?
So I like the
Read it
marathon,
off.
but is there a reason for it?
Well, actually, not really. We just kind of felt like just doing
Forcing
something
Joe
like
to make
this.
it.
Well, and we have a pretty big variety of games and a bunch of people, a bunch of different runners, and yeah, I mean, no real solid reason. Just kind of felt like it. Isn't that right, Mr. Don? Sorry.
Well, the reason for the marathon is to roll stay fresh. I mean, it's still definitely pretty far underground here. We're you know, under the subway here. You know, with this one.
Like an actual subway or like a subway restaurant?
Like an actual subway, like deep underground. Like, you know, it's not surfaced here with this marathon yet, but the main idea is just to get, in my opinion, runners that don't have as much exposure, you know, more quality, you know, outlets of viewing their stream in the same content that they can actually be in the showing
and just runners that roll extremely deep. Like a big point of this marathon is like the runner is basically in control of whatever happens. Like I could really
In control of their destiny.
I can give less of a shit of how you present yourself.
Like how close to estimate they get, or if they go over estimate.
Exactly.
Who would ever do such a thing?
I mean, you could shout "fuck" for the entirety of your run. A lot of people might not watch it, but I mean, it's your ground to do what you want here.
Lurking it up.
It's so good. Good job, Zelda.
Why do I remember a character from SpongeBob talking like that? Is it me, or there was definitely somebody from that show that would just like talk like this?
Oh, that was when they went to what was the?
Isn't it like rock bottom or whatever?
Yeah,
Isn't
something
that
like
it?
that.
Yeah, and he like runs at the guy. I don't even remember exactly what he says, but he just kind of talks like this.
Good job, Zelda.
So coming up next,
Started here, James was here.
we got some Banjo-Kazooie, 100% by the Godfather. And the rest of our games for the day is pretty stacked.
Aren't you just hilarious?
Got a couple of races tonight.
Well, there was supposed to be a race with me and Xelna, but he had a...
What happened?
Didn't feel confident with gameplay and beating me
He's breaking out the effort and whatever the hell medallions in every room. I gotta fucking...
Dude?
Okay.
We're already in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah. And of course, fucking damage was so far so shy, but there's still some more rooms that could be fuck fast.
Oh.
This room. Going. Now this boss is really hard, really stressful.
Yeah, there could be some situations where you're pretty much fucked. Depending where some spawns are and if the real Aghanim throws his good old blue balls.
It's a good fight so far, if you ask me. No hits, like... Oh yeah, no... Is it still no hits?
Aghanim's doing some dangerous shots too.
This is bad. Oh, we got one, okay.
I did it! Some of those patterns did not look very clean.
Well, God damn it. That was two. They're out of sync. They're out of sync. Bad. One more? One. Okay.
Just one more.
That took forever.
And the damageless cannon's tower first try. So the Ganon fight might be the hardest part in the run outside of Ganon's tower. And yeah, definitely outside of Ganon's tower, but still, because you're only restricted to the Master Sword, first off, you can only use spins. A regular sword slash doesn't hurt Ganon at all. And secondly, you have to do a lot more damage since the Master Sword damage is half. And you have to do spins.
That's not north? Oh, okay.
So fortunately, phase 4 is probably the easiest part of the Ganon fight. Outside of, you know, phase 3, unless you get the fire batteries, which is really easy for only the Master Sword. Because it's very hard to charge up and then hit him in that phase, but... The only thing with phase 4 is you need to do 24 spins instead of 12, so it drags on for quite a while. And it just makes it a little bit easier to slip up once.
Oh, let's not dash in the pit.
I did it.
Yeah, 144.54. That's alright.
Yeah, really sick job, dude. Like 2 deaths and marathon run is fucking insane. I mean, the second death was just going balls out with a Rollin deep strat.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. A little too risky.
So, really crazy, man.
So what's the next game here?
Got Banjo Blah by
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to be plugged in here, Zelda. You're supposed to be racing. What's going on?
Well, you would have beaten me anyways. So.
We'll see about that. Well, I have everything set up. I just need the stream key for whatever roll deep thing.
yeah, just go to 2.
Did you hear that, RPG? You intimidated Xelna out of racing.
Okay. I hope you liked the run. We're gonna be back later for DC3. Is it still a race?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, as far as we know.
Okay. I'll see you later. Bye.
See ya. Thanks for the run.